And about again today. Normally in this slot we are at the allotment in Laxey and Lonham with Tanya, but this time we've dragged her out of the allotment and we are down in Port Erin because we're finding out all about these secret gardens. And Pam, as we mentioned at the top of the show, you can get yourself a programme or a brochure and find out all about the gardens. It's only £5 for 2 people and all the information is in there, but that money goes to a very important cause.
Yes, indeed. It's going to Russian heritage, and I think it's been in the press that we have acquired the bus station, where the old loos used to be. Everyone will remember that, opposite Cherry Orchard. We're going to be demolished, and we spotted a kind of opportunity that it might make a nice little exhibition centre, because what people forget is when we put on the exhibitions in Port Erin for the internment camp, we had 10,000 people visited that exhibition, and they came from 25 countries. I mean, that's an amazing statistic for a small village.
It really is, and the Russian Heritage Trust has been going, for about 5 years or so now, and it was started off as a place of no fixed abode, I guess.
That's right, and that's great, but when you get the amount of material that we actually found for when we researched the book for Friend and Foe, I mean, we gathered an enormous amount of material from ex-internees or their children or their grandchildren that were pleased to give it to us. They didn't want it thrown away. So we do need somewhere to keep all this stuff. It's okay, we are a museum of no fixed abode, that's quite right. So, but occasionally we can have an exhibition.
Where are plans up to then with redeveloping that site?
Oh, excitingly, I think they're well underway now. So that's, I think, the only reason we're allowed to talk about it. Otherwise, they'd have been trying to keep me quiet. And you know
that wouldn't happen. No. So this is a great way of raising money and also attracting people down to the south of the island, making the trip out.
Yes, exactly. Someone just asked me, would I do Port St Mary next year? Now, I did Port St Mary a couple of years ago, and that was very successful for another charity. And I did Ballasalla for another charity. And I did Port Erin 4 years ago for charity. And they've all been terribly popular. So perhaps I should do Russian gardens.
I think,
what the next lot of gardens
I think you should base the next one entirely on Beth's sweet peas. I think it should all be about your sweet peas and strawberries.
I'm sure there'd be much to say.
Actually, I've just spotted some berries. So I wouldn't walk over that side of the garden, of John's garden, because I think they'll put your little berries to shame.
How rude. But Pam, just give us another hint then of what people can see over that weekend, which is a perfect weekend, it being a bank holiday and also celebrating Tynwald Day.
There's 14 gardens, all beautiful gardens, all different. The antique show's going on in St Catherine's Church Hall on Church Road. So there's 3 full days of activity for £5 for 2 people. Now that's got to be a wonderful bargain, a wonderful day out in beautiful Port Erin. And the last time we did it, the sun was shining all the time. So this will happen again. It'll be beautiful weather, we'll have these beautiful gardens, and everyone will be welcome in Port Erin.
And we will put on the Late Lunch blog how you can get hold of one of these brochures. They are available at places around the Isle of Man. But Pam, thank you so much for bringing us down here to Port Erin this afternoon. And Tanya from Lovely Greens is with us as well. You leaving with some inspiration?
Definitely. I'm going to be making John's cold frame. And I'm going to visit this nursery he just told me about. It's a little hidden nursery down here at Port Erin. I need to make it to the south more often.
And John, the thing about your garden is every time I look round, I see something different, because I hadn't even noticed the pond you have in the front garden, first of all.
Yeah. All right. Yes, we rather than see everything in one go, I mean, you haven't even been round the corner there. There's another secret place. So lots of places, and I go down, I can't remember planting that.
He's also got plants in the lane, we should say. It also extends beyond the garden into the lane, so he's making the space beautiful for everyone that goes past the back of the house as well.
And John, when people come round on the tour the weekend after next, are you happy to give out advice?
Oh yes. I say the thing is, people come round, and as long as they get some idea of what grows well in the Isle of Man, because what goes well in the Isle of Man doesn't necessarily suit different places. So I watch Beech Grove Garden, which is from Scotland, and that is one of the most relevant gardens to the Isle of Man, where they got the same weather, same winds, same conditions as us. So that's another good gardening program to watch and get advice from.
Well, John and Mavis, thank you so much for letting us come and have a sneaky peek around here this afternoon. It has just been fascinating. Again, this is one of the places where you really wish you could smell what was going on in here.
Oh, I know, but you know what? People have got an opportunity to do that, because all they need to do is take part in the Secret Gardens Hidden Treasures tour, and they can come and see this along with all of those other gardens. There are some fascinating gardens in the brochure, well worth a look, and I'm sure our Tanya will be investigating that in a couple of weekends'
Definitely. I've just spotted this purple rose down here. It's absolutely stunning. I've not seen one in ages.
She's a very happy girl in this garden.
Do you know what?
isn't
I'm
she?
going to be checking her pockets for cuttings before you leave. Thank you so much to John and Mavis for inviting us down here, Pam for being here as well, also to Ben Hartley for doing our social media. We are live on the Manx Radio Facebook page, Alex Brinley for pushing the buttons back at Broadcasting House, and our engineer here, Matty Cunningham. We're going to end with another anthem, which again I think is a little bit plant related.
Well, it sort of is, because although it was chosen by Danielle, who said this, she wants this song because it's for her mother, it's I'm Still Standing by Elton John. At the same time, we're also going to dedicate it to the poppies in the front of this garden, because apparently they haven't got much time left to still stand. They're going to be coming down, so we thought we'd dedicate a song to them.
And you know what? We'll talk more about that. Find at manxradio.com and on our social media pages as well after the programme is finished. And don't forget, we'll also be talking about poisoned compost, which actually might be closer to you than you think. Tanya's got some great advice about that. But we've had a wonderful, wonderful time. Don't forget, the Secret Gardens and Hidden Treasures open July the 5th, 6th and 7th. All the details will be on the Late Lunch blog. But I'm still standing, just about, I think. Oh no, I did it again.